we want to bring more attention to your situation and what you're going through with a lot, with a lot of New Yorkers, so they can see how you're living and hopefully build a little bit of sympathy and get the city. We've been talking to a lot of politicians, and we want them to act stronger and help more and stop being, they just talk and they don't do anything. So we want to hold them to the fire a little bit, and seeing your situation, what you're actually going through, will help with that. So, but it's just going to be you two talking, and I'm going to film.
Okay. Well, my name is Adrian. I'm 55. I'm still married. I've held a number of jobs, security. Longest one, I was a nurse's aide.
Oh, I'm sorry. You could look right in the camera.
I have to. I was a nurse's aide.
Well, I prefer it, but you don't have to do it.
I'll try to.
Yeah.
Well, my nurse's aide, I was a nurse's aide for like 15 years. I did security, I worked retail, I, held a lot of jobs. I was a very responsible person. Got married, and just kind of forgot myself, just worried about the marriage and making him happy. So when he left me, he kind of pulled the rug from under my feet. And it took me a while to recover. I'm still recovering. That's what really led me to being here. That whole marriage thing. I couldn't stay in the apartment no more. It was too much heartbreak for me. So I left the apartment. I went back home to my mom. And during the years, I just never seemed to recover. I could never get my footing back.
Is your mom here in New York?
No, she's gone now. She's gone. And my dad, she just died suddenly. One day, she was just here, and then she was just gone. That was another major hurdle for me. She was my best friend.
Do you have children, Adrian?
Yes, I have one daughter. She's 35. And I came from a long line of alcoholics, so it was always prevalent. When I was growing up, it was always there. So I didn't see nothing wrong with it. But I'm an alcoholic now. And it limits my ability to get it together. I've been so depressed that that's the only thing that seemed to make me feel better. I've been to numerous different sites in the shelter system. This is at least my 8th site. Each time they tell you it's your permanent shelter, but it never really is, because when the orders come down the pike, if they tell you to pack up, you gotta pack up. You don't know where you're going. Sometimes they give you a Metro card and tell you make it there the best way you can. You have none of your property. This place here, in particular, doesn't even provide transportation for you. If they tell you to leave, you are on your own, with everything you own.
And they don't help you find another place?
They'll help you find it. Well, DHS is in charge of that. DHS will say, tell this client to pack up, she's going XYZ. Their job is to get you out of the building.
But when they tell you to pack up and leave, they don't say you're going to another shelter, here's the address.
Yeah, they might, yeah.
But they don't help you get there.
Yeah, they're not helping. It's one lady who was very confused. She got lost in the building, for Pete's sake. She didn't know where her room was. She had it written down, but she kept losing her little notes. And they transferred her with the Metro card, and she got lost in the building. How do you expect her to make it to the Bronx? And then all of her belongings is here. Everything you own is in the locker. You don't have nothing left.
Has she come back?
I have no idea. I heard she was wandering around Brooklyn.
Oh, that's a terrible story.
They sent her to the Bronx, but she wandered around here for days. With her plastic bag with some of her belongings, a see-through plastic bag. I mean, this is a part of my life that I never in a million years could you have told me I would end up in a shelter? Never heard of them growing up. Didn't know nothing about them. They just didn't exist.
So are you from New York?
Yeah, I'm from Brooklyn.
And how long ago did your husband leave you?
Oh, that was like in like 2008 or 9, something like that.
Yeah. You were married a long time?
Well, we're still married.
Oh, yeah.
Going on 20, but he's in D.C. I'm in New York. I don't think either one of us is going to lift a finger to get, things to force. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just working, so just leave it alone. But,
I'm sorry, I got this stupid telephone call. I didn't hear what you said about your daughter.
Oh, she's 35. When I was pregnant with her, I had just finished high school and I was slated to go to the Marines. Well, I took the test, I passed the test. When I went for the physical, I was pregnant. So I had the option of either having an abortion or having my daughter. So I had her. She carried the torch. She's a vet, She did like 10 years, I believe, in the service. She's now in Maryland. And I've been trying to, what is the word I'm trying to get back together with her, because it's like a fractured relationship. It's very fractured. And I'm trying to get back to her, but she's very rigid. I don't know if this is the military or what, but she's very rigid and she still holds a grudge against me from like when she was like 3 or 4, she'll bring up something. I can't do nothing about what it's already happened. This place here, I was staying with her, but I was afraid to commit to living in another state because New York is all I know. And, I don't have to rely on anyone in New York. Down there, I had to rely on rides to go here, go there. There's no store, nothing where she lives. So I was afraid to commit to like transferring everything over there and like living there full time. I didn't think I could do it. Now, hindsight is 2020. I'm ready to do that. She got my 2 granddaughters, but every time I would come back to New York, I would get into a whole lot of crap, drinking and smoking, and it's not happening. So now, she doesn't trust me. And I keep I'm begging her, because I want to be a hands-on grandmother. I don't want to see them on Christmas and on Easter or twice a year. I don't want to do that. I want to be a grandmother that is there and they get to say, "Hi, Grandma," or, jump on my bed and jump in my lap. I found out what really matters, That is something that I've been working hard to repair our relationship. And she just won't give me a break. She just it's like she keeps springing me on. She said, yeah, then she's like, okay, you gotta wait. And I'm waiting. She told me this at the beginning of the year. And now Christmas is almost here, and I'm still fucking waiting. Excuse my French. But that's my goal.
You're a very impressive person. Very impressive. You speak well. You're obviously intelligent. You're really an interesting man.
I know I have more to offer.
You do.
I'm just
There's
stuck.
No doubt about it.
I'm stuck, and it's so hard to get out of this system. It's like it's designed for you not to get out.
Do you get any psychological help here?
I go to a psychiatrist outside of there because they have enough say-so in my life. Telling me when I could come, when I gotta get up, you gotta be in at 10 o'clock. They don't even give you toilet paper in the bathrooms, for people's sake. You're responsible for your own toilet, everything. It's mind-boggling.
When do you have to be out by in the morning?
9.
So what do you do once you're out? What do you do?
A lot of people don't do anything. What do you do? I mean, I worked 20 years. I'm not going back to work. It's too late for me. My legs are screwed up.
So what do? You sit in Wendy's?
Yeah.
Is that what you do?
A lot of people go to the library, or when it's nice, you can sit in the parks. But I imagine like this place is gonna be packed pretty soon because the weather
For
is
the
changing.
cool.
Yeah. There's no place for us to go. And they have like a dining room in there where you're supposed to sit with tables like this, like lunchroom tables in a school. And you have to sit on them all day until they open your door at 5 o'clock. And for the life of me, I don't understand. I don't know, am I missing something? But 90% of that population walks with walkers. These are very sick women. What do you expect them to do between the hours of 9 and 5? 90% of them are not going back to work. Some almost as old as 72 years old.
Wow, that's old.
What the heck are you putting them out of the room for at 9 o'clock in the morning? To do what?
Crazy.
To do what? You can't even bring in a piece of gum. They said no outside food, right? I just don't understand it. What is the problem?
This is what you're saying is just what we need for this stuff.
Most of those women have worked. Life happened. And life is not fair. You get thrown curveballs and you just got to deal with the play that you're given. But you don't have to, it's like a little mini military state in there.
What did you say the nickname for it is?
Hell's waiting room. Yeah, it's horrible. I never ever saw it coming. And then you have some that'll treat you so good. And then you have some, it's like two very different ends of the spectrum. This is one of the worst that I've ever been in. Two ladies have died in there since I've been there. Inside the building. That's one of my biggest fears. That I die in a damn shelter. I don't deserve.
How long have you been in this one?
And this one, a year. October made 1 year.
2 women have died in a year.
One died, the elevator. That elevator was screwed up when I first got here. Last October it was acting up. So they have a freight elevator, which is very tiny. Really like a cubicle, like a coffin. The passenger elevator was constantly going out. And they was like, they need a part. And I was like, I don't even think they make parts like that anymore. That building is old as shit. So, the woman got sick. She lived on the 5th or 6th floor. The fire department came, put her in the elevator, and they got stuck in there, and she died. It was in the news. Yeah, it was in the news, and not too long ago, maybe like a month ago, another woman, she was on the floor, deceased, and she had been there for a little minute.
You saw her?
I knew her. She sent me Facebook all the time. I mean, all day long, Facebook. But I didn't see her, but I knew that she was in that room. And there's only 2 people in that room. And I knew that her health was not well, so it didn't take long for me to put 1 and 1 together. That's her. And so now they want to implement the rules where they have to come around and actually see that everybody's breathing. And they just, I don't know, it's just like, how did I get here? How did I get here? And how the hell do I get out? And then they offer you these vouchers, right? It's a website. Have you ever heard of Housing Connect? Okay, is that affordable housing to you? Did you see some of the rents on there? The voucher doesn't cover it. So what are you doing? What exactly are you doing?
Are you on a list for housing?
I'm on every list there possibly could be. And to the point where I said, you know what, screw it. I give up. New York, you have beat me. You have won. I've thrown in the towel. I am now ready to leave. I'm ready to leave. I'm ready to leave this.
Well, where would you go?
My plan was to go with my
Maryland.
Yeah, but
you already said
it's gonna take a lot of emotional work
Yes.
for that.
And that's
I
what
think you're up to that.
I know I am. All she has to do is open the door and let me put one foot in, and wait till I bring the other one, and then the
Does her
prize will
husband
come.
live with her?
Her husband, yeah.